Hi, lovely viewers. Welcome to this session of Uploads. My name is Bernadette. Normally, students in particular are not able to differentiate between who a provincial executive is and also a federal executive. And I'm fortunate to have here with me the whole provincial SRC president in the person of Honorable Adam Abdul Fattah, who is a level 400 medical laboratory student of University of North Carolina Sciences. Okay, Honorable Fattah, welcome.
Thank you.
To Uploads. I like your shirts. People
you.
normally say, Bernadette, you always admire people's shirts, dresses. Yes, it's fine. My eyes are good, you're looking good. Okay, can you please introduce yourself briefly to us, who you are?
Okay, so my name is Adam Abdul Fattah. I am a level 400 medical laboratory science student. So that means I've been in Uhas for almost 4 years. Since I came to Uhas, I have occupied some positions like I've been a course rep. I have been a PRO for the Medical Laboratory Science Student Association. So let me say I'm a former PRO of MELSA. I've also been a vice president of my denomination, Ghana Muslim Student Association, the Uhas chapter.
Okay.
Yes. So
wow, you're a big person.
not that big. Let me put it that way.
I understand. Please, can you actually tell us something small about your position? Yes, in SRC.
My position. Okay, so simple and short, I would want to say that I am the one in charge of the whole campus.
Okay.
With regards to the SRC, anything concerning the whole campus, I'm the one in charge.
Okay,
yes.
So that's why the name Whole Provincial SRC
yes,
President.
Please. So we have 5 schools in Whole. Everything that concerns those 5 schools, I'm the one in charge.
Oh, okay. And then can you give us some functions or your roles you play as an SRC president?
Yeah.
Whole province to be precise, yes, please.
So in the constitution, it says that I'm supposed to be a signatory to every withdrawal that the SRC will make on behalf of my province.
Okay.
I'm also supposed to defend the SRC in the court of law if my province is sued.
Okay.
Yes, and then I am also supposed to see to the day-to-day activity of my province, especially the whole province. I'm supposed to direct activities on my province.
So now tell me the difference between you being the provincial SRC president and also the federal.
Okay.
Do you have something in common, or there is a very distinct difference between the two?
We have something in common. There are a lot of similarities, but they are not the same. I would want to use similarities because when you take the executive committee of the SRC, we all belong to the executive committee. But let me say, I'm supposed to work under the federal executives. They are my bosses. Let me put it that way. So I can't just wake up and start to work alone. Whatever I want to do, I have to make sure that I pass through the federal executives. So I was talking about the executive committee. The federal president is the chairman of the executive committee. And in his absence, the federal vice president serves as the chairman. And it's at we have 3 arms of government. So the executive committee, which I am part, and the federal executives are part, makes the executive arm of government for the student of Uhas.
Yes.
And then we have the parliament. The parliament is mainly made up of the NUCS president, the 2 provincial executives, the federal executives, and committee chairpersons that are actually captured in the constitution, and sometimes some ad hoc committees that parliament might deem appropriate to add to.
So now
we also have the judiciary arm, which makes of the chief justice and the justices.
Yes, please. Yes. Now, if we have the vice president and we have the whole provincial SRC president,
yes.
What is the difference?
You mean the federal vice president?
The federal vice president.
Okay.
And then the provincial.
I get
is it like you? I don't know, but you try to explain this for us.
So what will happen is that the vice president is a federal executive. So the vice president, for instance, if there's a problem in Hohoi, he being a federal vice president will have to concern himself with that problem. He might have to go to Hohoi and make arrangements and try to solve them. But me as a provincial president, if something is happening in Hohoi, I have no duty.
Okay.
Probably if the Hohoi president is a good friend of mine, if I can give him a piece of advice, I can share an advice with him, and an advice he chooses to take or not. So I'm only to advise, but the federal SRC vice president can issue a directive to the Hohoi provincial president, and he is obliged to go by it. But myself, I can't issue a directive to the Hohoi provincial president. So let me say that the federal vice president is supposed to be above me. So he's supposed to be concerned with the two campuses, where I am supposed to concern myself with only whole campus.
Only whole. Yes. Don't have any problem with any other. Oh, okay. But is there a link between you and
definitely, yeah, there is. Because as I already said, we have an executive committee and we have executive meetings. So the Hohoi province, their president and other executives are part of the executive committee. There's that interaction. Most of the times, there are issues that are deliberated at the executive committee, and most of the times issues of Hohoi might be brought before us, and we have to take decisions in regards to it. So I'm able to share my ideas with them.
Okay.
But aside from the executive committee, we really don't have a common link.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, fine, that's great. But before you came to power, you were elected to be the provincial SRC president. You had some policies outlined.
Yes.
Can you please just give us a gist of what you wanted to do, and also how well have you been able to implement either some or all of them? Okay.
So over the years, it has always been a challenge for the provincial executives, because most of the times, if you don't get that coordination between the provinces and the federal executives, it becomes very difficult for the provincial executives even to be noticed, not to talk of have their own programs to organize. But I think with this administration, we are not doing bad. Okay, we are not doing bad. We've actually I had my own policies. The federal executives, each portfolio had their own policies, the same as my own executives. So the thing is, 1 year is such a small time that we can't implement all those policies. So what happened is we came together as executives under the name of the executive committee, and we had to look at projects that will benefit students directly, because 1 year is too small that we can't focus on everything. I always say, there was a certain man I do listen, he always says that if you bring a student, somebody to Uhas here just for 1 week, and you tell him to give you a number of problems in Uhas, probably he might be able to list about 100 problems that are facing students. But the point is not about listing problems, but it's about trying to solve them. Okay. So the executive committee sat down, look at the policies of each portfolio, and we had to come up with solutions to problems that are facing students. So we came up with a project like this spiral notebook, which has been produced, and it's actually under distribution.
And is the spiral notebook a problem or something that is very vital?
Yes, it was vital. There was the need for us to do a spiral notebook. We realized that even our own students do not even know much about the SRC. With regards to the spiral notebook, it serves as a means of publicity. At least someone will carry this book away from this campus. People stay in Kumasi, they might take the book along to their. Someone stays in Wa, someone stays at Sandema. He will take the book home. Probably it could travel a lot. It can be a way of advertising the school and the SRC as well. So there was the need for us to really have that.
So that was also part of your policy.
Definitely.
Then what are the
parliamentary minutes? We also had a policy of getting the SRC. It is our hope that I know those who have followed parliamentary proceedings would have read it. SRC the branded to Starbus and at the permanent site. So we are yet to be directed to the land that will be earmarked for that project. And the SRC president was so passionate about it. So I was saying that after the coastal bus, we are looking at, you see, the problem was that students are always stranded at the permanent side. They don't have a place to sit. In case their class ends and there is no bus at the moment, they have to be hanging around. Sometimes when it's raining, some of them even have to hang in the sun. So there was the need for us to have a bus terminal. Other students, that will serve as a waiting place for students to wait for the bus when the bus is not ready. So the federal president and myself, we've been in touch with other executives, and the federal president was so passionate about this project. Okay, I could still remember him telling me that the project should be able to at least contain 100 students at a go. So we are looking at, if 100 students are waiting, they should have proper place to sit down, relax, and wait for a bus to board. So that is also another project we are looking at. But next semester we are trying to do more of the projects, the main project this semester, so that next semester will be more of physical activities, games, and events. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. But you being the whole provincial SRC president, yes, you are the leader of every student of this province. Now, what are some of the problems you have observed or identified that you would want to find solutions to?
As I already said, for problems, I'm very sure that even the level 100s who have been here for less than a semester can list a number of problems.
So have you been told some of them?
Yes. I almost every day I get people telling me, and it looks like the problems are, it's almost, some of them are very frequent. They're always being repeated over and over again.
What are some, please?
We've had a conversation with Metromans. We all understand that we have a problem with our transportation. I must say, this administration has tried very hard, but I think I can't say that it is 100%. We still have some challenges with it. Students have been complaining every now and then. We are hoping that we'll be able to work that out. But our road, yesterday I was there when I had a call that some 5 students had an accident on their way to the permanent site because of the road. They were in Keke. So they had to be brought to Trafalgar the whole teaching hospital for treatment. So for the problems, as I said, there are a lot, okay. So I really don't concern myself with mentioning problems. I try to be concerned with finding solutions to them.
Okay. I know our students wouldn't, they can't wait to experience all these things that they have for them. And, Adam, please, I would want you to let us know how well do your fellow provincial executive contribute to you and then other executives to be able to achieve the goal.
Okay. So, in fact, the SRC Constitution outlines the functions of each executive that is captured under the Constitution. So, my Women's Commissioner is